Hello everyone, welcome back to Susie Saves. I'm Susie. If you're new here, welcome. I am a single income household of me and my husband. He starts his job in 2 weeks and I'm very excited to be dinks. But up until now, I do a lot of cash stuffing. I handle all the money for our family, and so this is called a Transfer Tuesday, where we look at all the money that is online. I do a lot of cash stuffings and pulling cash out of the bank to use it because I'm really bad with cards. And so on Tuesdays, we go ahead and we look at the money that doesn't leave the bank. Specifically, we look at my Roth IRA as well as a cash management stock trading account that I own. And we look and just see what I did this week. This is just for accountability. I am not a financial expert. Please invest with a brokerage you like, with advice from a financial expert. This is just me taking accountability. If you did any transfers last week, or this week, pardon me, please let me know down below. I will read off any comments that we get at the end of the video. But I'm super duper excited to share anything that you might have done this week as well. But let's go ahead and get on into my Roth IRA. So here is my account. The Roth IRA itself is up to $25,139. I fully maxed out my Roth IRA for the first time last year. I'm about to turn 26. And that was a really, really big deal to me. And so it's number one on my top priorities again this year is just to max that out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at where everything is in the Roth IRA. Again, this is not financial advice. I just think some people might find it interesting. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. I have about $5 in cash. Every time you you contribute to your Roth, it puts it directly into like cash so you can buy stocks with it. A lot of people say it's not enough just to put money in your Roth. This is what they mean. So you don't want a lot of money sitting in cash. You actually have to go then and invest it. Everything listed below that, that's what I'm invested in. So I have $2,200 in VOX. $2,700 in IVV, that's the iShares S&P 500. I have $2,500 in the Freedom 2060 fund. This is a retirement fund, so it is very aggressive. The further away from the target fund date it is, it's dated for 2060, so we're still over 30 years away from that. So it'll be really, really aggressive. And then as we get closer and closer to that date, it'll get more and more conservative to try and not lose the money that it's built up, right? And then I have just shy of $1,500 in VDC. I have $200 in Berkshire Hathaway, $800 in Tesla, $12,000 in VOO. I'm trying to get VOO up to half of my portfolio. Right now it's at 48%. So I've just been adding more money to this. You'll see this week is also still kind of boring because I'm just adding to VOO to get that number up. After that, I have $700 in Coke, $700 in the FFG CX commodity stock, $750 in the Vanguard dividend fund, $800 in NVIDIA, and $30 in Exxon and Mobil. I'm still thinking about getting rid of the Exxon and Mobil and maybe doing Ford or like a car manufacturer rather than gasoline, but I have not made that transition yet and decided to do that. So now we're going to look at what I specifically did this week. I told you it's a little boring. We're going to work bottom to top. So first I put cash in $135, and then you have to invest that cash. So I invested it into the S&P 500 with Vanguard VOO. And then I actually received 2 separate dividends from IVV, which is the iShares S&P 500, of about $8. And then it has an automatic reinvestment setup, but it only reinvested one of them. I don't know if this is because 17 cents is not enough, or maybe I just don't know why it pulled it out in two separate transactions and then only reinvested one, but we'll take care of that extra 17 cents when it makes a difference in our contributions to our next thing. So that is what I did with the Roth IRA this week. I also have a cash management account. Me and my husband are part of the FIRE movement, and so we don't have any debt and are trying to retire early. The thing about 401ks, Roth IRAs, 403bs, they are retirement accounts, so you cannot get the money out pre-retirement. You have to be, I think all of them are 59 and a half. But we would like to retire before that. So we are putting some money away into stocks separately that we can pull out at any time. I don't know. This money is still going to be in here to grow for probably another 20 years, so I do feel good about it being long term. But right now it's not getting a lot of money, and I'll talk about that in a second. So here it is, the other account. It's at $1,800. If you'll see, I just contradicted myself because we have $1,000 cash in this account. That is because this is the only part of our emergency fund that is linked to a physical card. So there is a ATM card attached to this account. And so we have $1,000 of our emergency fund directly attached to that card. We had an emergency with our pet last year, and I had emergency money in cash, but it was at home, and so we had to get a family member to like transfer us money into the bank account to pay it right then, because they were trying, the emergency vet was trying to be like, well, we can sign you up for this loan, we can sign you up for this card, and you can pay for your pet's medical expense, which is, I understand, a last-ditch resort if you had no other choice, but I also felt was kind of scummy and like trying to get people in debt in their time of need. But luckily we could avoid that, but I was like, yeah, we need access to some of our emergency fund while we're out if something like that ever were to happen again. And so this is the only part of our emergency account that is attached to a physical card, and it is in this account. Other than that, we have some VOO in here, $600, Coca-Cola about $115, Berkshire Hathaway again, $30, Nvidia $30, and then Intuitive Surgical $300. I believe that is to do with surgery robots. I need to do more research on them, and I want to do more research on kind of diversifying this portfolio as well as my Roth IRA, but I just have not gotten around to that yet. So this week specifically, really boring. I put in $30 and I invested it. So the money that goes into this account is from a raise that I got in October. I fought for a 1-year raise at my work. They gave me a 3% raise, and that ended up being about $30 a week. And so that raise goes directly into here. Because we were already living comfortably, we were living good enough on my pre-raise amount, I decided if I ever got a raise that I would put it towards savings. And so this is where it is. That is it for me this week. Let me talk about you. So last week we had Save It Mell, who opened a Roth IRA and set up reoccurring deposits, which is amazing. I actually don't have reoccurring deposits on because it gives me like dopamine to physically transfer the money. Oh, hello, kitten. So I have it set up where I have to do it every week, but I think it's amazing to have deposits because you don't want to forget it, right? So it kind of forces you to contribute to your Roth, which is fantastic. And they also transferred $100 to their high yield savings account, which is perfect. Very, very good job. I hope you all are having a fantastic Tuesday. If you were able to do anything this week, please let me know, whether it's paying down a car payment, credit card, Roth IRA, 529, 401k, or if you were able to maybe put a little bit more towards your emergency fund, or put some towards a credit card bill. Please, please let me know. I'd love to share and celebrate any achievements that you have. And I hope you all have just a great rest of your day. I will see you on Thursday for our budget closeout for last week to see how our budget is looking. And I hope to see you there. Have a good day, everyone.